Roth, Coach, if you want to make any opening remarks, feel free.
Well, before we begin talking about today's game, I just would like to recognize the job that Scott Landers and Oswego have done. I don't think people realize how hard it is to win at our level. We don't have the resources that you find at a lot of Division I and Division II schools. If you really want to be successful, you've got to be engaged in the complete process of the student athlete, from the academics to the social aspect to the community, fundraising, and to win consistently takes a lot. And for Scott to get here, I mean, there are people that coach for decades and can never get here. And for Scott to do it 2 years in a row, I think is a testament to what he's done and what his program is about and his players. So I think it's important that we recognize, I mean, consecutive years Oswego's been here. And I know there's a frustration and disappointment of having going home early again, but that they're a heck of a program, and I think Scott deserves a ton of credit, as do his players, for what they've done over the past couple of years coming out of the New York region.
Give you your thoughts on the game today, just overall in general.
I mean, I think you got a better indication of what we're about. The resiliency that I talked about yesterday. We left a lot of guys on yesterday. We didn't have those big at-bats. We didn't have the two-out toughness, the two-strike toughness that we've been accustomed to seeing over the course of 40-plus games this year. I think you saw it today. We put some good at-bats together. You saw our offense was a little bit more like we're accustomed to seeing with the being able to put some big innings together. I think this guy to my left, he is the epitome of toughness and resiliency. He is going to go out and compete every single time he gets on the mound, and that's what I told our guys last night in the hotel, that he was going to fight, and I think I even said he's probably going to give up 3 to 5 runs, and we're just going to have to go out and fight for him. I mean, he's 11-1 now. His stuff's not always the best, but he's competitive as all get out. He's a student of the game. He wears number 31 for a reason. He may not have Greg Maddox's stuff, but he competes like Greg Maddox, and he's a big reason, obviously, why we're here. So I was really proud of my guys for coming out and not packing it in after a very difficult and disheartening loss yesterday.
Ray, can you talk about being in a do-or-die situation? Basically, from here on out, everything is you got to get that W. Can you mention the focus there and the mentality that the coaches want to pass along to the players? The players, then, can you comment on that as well from that angle? From
a coaching standpoint, it's. We're fortunate to be in this position. We've been in this position for the last couple of weeks, playing in a tournament type of format. We obviously went 0-2 in our conference tournament, but we had a good feeling we would put ourselves with our body of work in line for an at-large, which we got. We didn't have easy games down in Holly Spring. I mean, LaGrange was 2-1, Denison was 3-1 going into the ninth. That CNU game in the winners bracket championship was tough. Now, we haven't been in the position yet that we're in now, but it's just. To win these tournaments, I said it yesterday, and I've been saying it for weeks to our guys, like, it's just, we got to be tough up here. And we jumped out early on Oswego, but Scott's a good coach, and those kids win. And you knew darn well they were going to come back, and the game kind of sped up on Nick a little bit, went out to the mound, talked about slowing his mind down, slowing the game down, and he executed the next pitch and got out of it, and that just allowed us to get back in our rhythm offensively. But we just got to play. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on our guys. We're here because we're good. So is everybody else. But we can't, every at-bat we got to treat, every inning pitched, we got to treat like it's our last. And, I don't think we need to overemphasize that. The guys know that.
I think it starts with when you have a week off practice, right? It's tough to stay in routine, hitting, pitching, and everything. We just had finals. So we wanted to give our bats an opportunity to get going, and we had a loss yesterday, but we made a mistake early, and it was about coming back out in the second game and getting the bats rolling. We wanted to give our offense the opportunity to show what they're about, and it was really good to see in the second game what we put together. So I mean, if you make a mistake early, you just have to make an adjustment, and we had a long talk in a conference room yesterday about what we needed to do. We need to be tougher, have resilience, have a bit of edge, and I think you saw that today. Whenever I let up that 3 spot, had 4 runs up against me, we just wanted to extend the lead. We wanted to extend every single at-bat. We didn't want to get complacent with anything. And I think we did a great job of what our offense is actually like. So that gives us a lot of momentum going into the next couple of games that we have that confidence.
Coach did have him score a couple runs last night. Did that help your team sort of prepare for today?
Well, I think the question was asked yesterday about our finish yesterday and how competitive we were at the end, and if that was a sign of momentum going into today. And, I answered it yes, I think it was. Anytime you can score runs and put pressure on an opposing team, I think that helps you not only in the game that you're in, but in future games. And we had guys on base every inning yesterday, and we had runners in scoring position 8 out of the 9 innings. We just were a hit or 2 away. I think what helped us today is the ability to hit first, because I think that allowed us to put some quality at-bats together and just kind of give ourselves a little bit of, okay, relax, now we're into the game. And fortunately, we were able to score 3 runs. Guys put some really good at-bats together. But yeah, I think your question was, did we feed off of what we did yesterday? And I think the answer somewhat is yes.
Jeff, 5 hits, quite a difference from yesterday. Talk about what was going right for you.
I just think I was really seeing the ball well today. Just think that the first game nerves of the World Series, first time in program history being here. It's an honor just being here and being able to work to be able to get here. And now that first game was over, not just me, but our whole lineup was just able to relax a little bit and just be able to find the barrel with the ball, and we were able to perform.
It just wasn't your bat. It was your glove as well. Talk about those double plays that you turned. I think there's one in the middle of the game that was a little bit more difficult than others.
Yeah, Coach makes us work on double plays just about every day, and we just knew that we had to. Those were big outs. Doesn't matter the score. Those are big outs. The World Series. We got to get through these innings and just do what we had to do.
You do anything special to try to improve the turn?
Just the fundamentals. Just keep working on the fundamentals and just keep rolling with it.
I will say, I'd like to say, our assistant coach, ML Morgan, said that Jeff Butler was going to have 2 doubles today after BP. I just got to give love where love is due. And ML did say, Butler's going to have a good day today. He said on the bus ride from BP over here. So credit to ML Morgan.
Nick, talk about your defense as well. You'll give up a run or a walk, and you know that you got the defense behind you turning those double plays.
Yeah, after the first inning when we put up a few runs, I kind of refined my approach. I knew that this offense was going to come out swinging, so I tried to pitch off my changeup. It worked for a little bit through the first inning, and I told our infielders, I'm like, hey, if a righty's up, left side, be ready. You're gonna have balls on the ground. Same with that one lefty. I told Jeff that. And then in that second inning, when I got out of that bases loaded, I would trade a double play for a run in that situation any day. But they're spectacular at it, right? I have to be able to depend on them. I have to be able to throw a certain pitch, a change or a curveball that I know the hitter's going to get on top of and roll over. But I have to have confidence in them to be able to turn it. And I think we turned 3 double plays behind me. And that one with the slow runner later in the game, that was big. That was really big because I felt like I had gotten into a groove of shutting them down. And if that wouldn't have happened or if they wouldn't have turned it, I think the momentum might have flipped to them. So I got to give these guys a lot of credit, especially the bats.